My fellow Bahamians, good evening. We in the National Development Party are pained beyond easy description that we have disappointed you by the events that have played out publicly in recent days and weeks. The release of emails, rash and uncomplimentary speech, rumors of resignations, actual resignations, and the like. In the midst of all we witnessed, we were reminded that when Judas betrayed Christ, when Peter denied him, and when the disciples were scattered, few could have seen that the sovereign hand of the Lord was at work. But in the providence of God, the apparent disorder was a necessary ingredient for the effectual spread of the gospel. Today, absent the glitz and the glamour, we seek your continued support. We are a stronger group, even though we have lost some of the very finest men and women in this country. However, we have moved on. Our cause is righteous and our method is principled. Yes, we have stayed on board, and we are committed to a new vision for the Bahamas. Why did we decide to remain? Firstly, we believe the goal of a politician should be to serve the people, not to amass power to oneself. Secondly, we ultimately remained because we are convinced beyond persuasion to the contrary that a person must be committed to ideals and principles, not merely to the prospect of winning an election. A simple sign hanging in a local eatery reminded me of this truth. The sign reads, "If a man does not stand for something, he will fall for anything." While we are willing to explore opportunities to collaborate with other alternative parties, we cannot and we will not trade those ideals and principles for the alleged comfort some think might result from such an alignment. We do not subscribe to the notion that the end justifies the means. My fellow Bahamians, our country is in trouble, and it is slipping in every conceivable way. This decline in our standard of living is being brought about principally by the following. Number one, the failure of successive governments to provide and to sustain a world-class public education system. Number two, tolerance of a constitutional circumstance in which prime ministerial power is too broad and is therefore harmful to democratic ideals which we need. Number three, the marginalized are rearing children in circumstances that are below even what they experienced. Number four, we have unwisely allowed illegal migration to go unchecked while failing to properly integrate the children of migrants into our society. Number five, we have embraced globalization without first seeking to understand how to exploit it. Number six, we accept corruption, ineptitude, and cronyism at all levels and in every sector of our society. Number seven, we continue to place our confidence in elected officials whose actions have proven that they have no confidence in our abilities as a people. And number eight, our sense of national pride has been eroded by callous and short-sighted leadership, dashing the aspirations of many, relegating them to the belief that things cannot change. We, the NDP, like the vast majority of Bahamians, believe the PLP and FNM have demonstrated over the years that they lack the compassion to govern effectively, the vision to govern inspirationally, and the will to govern equitably. Together, this is what those once proud political parties have produced in the past 20 years. This is their record. A more than 200% increase in the number of murders. An average of an F grade in our public schools. A 35% fall in our portion of global gross domestic product. A society in which illegal migration continues to spiral out of control, and the children of migrants are forced into the shadows. Yet, some might dare argue that if given another 5 years, the PLP and the FNM would do better. To give a biblical response to such reasoning, you cannot put new wine in old wineskins, and the leopard cannot change his spots. My fellow Bahamians, we need a new vision for our country. The NDP's vision is to create a new Bahamas, where the determinants for success are known and are within the reach of all, and where every person can live in peace. To Mr. Johnson from Kemp Road, to Ms. Rowe in Yellow Elder, to my fellow countrymen alike, I ask that you be honest with yourselves and honest with each other when you answer these questions. Have we gone as far as we can as a nation? Can we go no further? Is the Bahamas you experience today headed towards becoming the Bahamas you wish for? Are the problems we face so deeply entrenched that we cannot escape them? The answer to all of the above is no, an emphatic and resounding no. Regrettably, the apparent stubbornness of our social and economic ills is being made worse by a lack of vision and the absence of a call to action. We simply settle for too little from our leaders. I wish now to speak directly to our current and past prime ministers. Gentlemen, your record of failure in the areas of crime, education, immigration, employment, economic empowerment, national debt, judicial, electoral, and constitutional reform, and public health care is well documented and is without reasoned dispute. I ask you this, therefore. What is the basis upon which you now seek the Bahamian people's support for another 5 years? I now ask you, the Bahamian people, is it wise to reward failure? Surely someone must be held accountable. A vote for the Prime Minister, Ingram, or the Right Honourable Perry Christie is a reward for their poor performance. A vote for either gentleman would be like a person being flogged, begging the flogger, "Excuse me, sir, may I please have another?" As leader of the NDP, I invite you to join us. Enough is enough. The Bahamas deserved better. You deserve better. And we are here to offer you better. The cycle of abuse endured by this nation at the hands of these gentlemen and their respective parties must be broken. You can break it at the polls. My fellow Bahamians, the time has come for you to stop settling. The time has come for a new vision that elevates us from this morass and catapults us to new levels of achievement. That vision will reflect the shared aspirations of the Bahamian people in the short, medium, and long term. That vision is people-focused. It's about deepening our democracy, and it's about empowering our people. Believe me, it is possible. I invite you to join the NDP as we stand on the threshold of this great opportunity for change. Come join us, and together, hand in hand, we will reward the many sacrifices of our forebears by advancing their dreams while exploiting the new vistas of opportunities that beckon, where democracy thrives, and the pursuit of employment and the pursuit of empowerment is deliberate. My plea to all Bahamians, great and small, is that now more than ever, there is a cry for political, social, and economic change. We must not allow the weakness of a few to cause us to turn our backs on change. This journey is much too important. We have a generation now born to save, and generations unborn to convey a meaningful legacy. I assure you this: the next election will be like none other. You will be required to sit at the table of discomfort as you question blind political loyalties. You will be required to be bold and forthright in your decision making. You will be called upon to reject self-centeredness in pursuit of the greater good. Only then can we build a country that has soul, that intangible substance that links us together and makes us unique. My fellow Bahamians, this is indeed and without doubt a call to action. I therefore challenge you to be governed by reason and let this election period be like no other. Require clarity, vision, and thought. Hold those who govern accountable. Do not be distracted by the hyped-up personalities and the spin. This election is about you. We as a people have turned our backs on the political establishment and status quo before. We have taken a chance on ourselves before. Only you, the Bahamian public, can open the door to a new Bahamas. We, the National Development Party, stand with that goal in mind. We invite you to join us. We ask you to open the door to the new Bahamas. My fellow Bahamians, I see a Bahamas galloping to strengthen its people. I see a Bahamas that is kind-hearted and considerate enough to stop and to uplift the suffering and the downtrodden. I see a Bahamas clothed in the robe of compassion while carrying the weight of justice in her hand. I see a Bahamas once tired and despondent, proud and energized once again. Believe me, it is possible. Bahamas, it is now time to be about the business of building for the people of this nation. For there is nothing so great that we as a people cannot achieve. I know we can. It is possible. May God bless you, and may God bless the Commonwealth of the Bahamas.